Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are here for Love is Blind, UK version, episode 3. We're almost on the last one, episode 4, but we only on episode 3. And this week we got, what did we get? We got a reveal with Christine and a fine Freddie. We got a reveal with a Bobby and Jasmine. And we got a proposal, good Lord, with Chaotic, Sam, and Nicole. I don't even know what my nickname for Nicole is going to be because Nicole, dumb choices. Really dumb choices. And she got a lot of warnings. Jasmine tried to warn her. I like Jasmine. Jasmine is grounded. I don't know if, I'm going to see this whole thing with her and Bobby, but she's grounded. She tried to give Nicole some good advice, but Nicole wasn't listening because Nicole just wanted to be chosen. What I've been saying from the very beginning. And I don't really understand that Nicole has been married before. She knows how difficult it is. Her first marriage didn't work out. So I don't know if Nicole is rushing back to the altar just to prove she can get back where she was married. Maybe there was a part of her that liked being married and she's rushing back there. Maybe it's her way of, a lot of people, they rush into second marriages because they felt like a failure in their first and they're trying to redeem themselves. So some people, that's why they say the rate of second marriages aren't really all that much better, because a lot of people who get divorced, it's almost like they're suffering from PTSD, and instead of taking time, which you think people would do, sometimes they're longing to get back in the marriage because they want to prove that they can do it. I want to prove that I can do it. But I tell you what, she regrets it. She regrets it. I saw the look of regret on Nicole's face at the end of episode 3 when she kept telling Sam over and over again that she loved him. And he said to her, I think I love you. I think. When he said, I think, the look of horror came on Nicole's face. The look of horror. But let's get into it from the top. It started off talking about Benaiah really explaining to Nicole, listen, I'm not here to be no hater. I'm not here to sabotage you. I think you're going to have to go with your heart and pick who you want to go with. No, actually, she doesn't need to go with her heart. She needs to go with her head, because what she's doing right now is going with her heart. Her heart is longing for someone to want her. Her heart is longing to be with someone, but her head is telling her that this is not the guy. So telling her to go with her heart is not actually the thing. You see, when Nicole says, I'm going to go with my gut, what Nicole is going with is she's going with her gut that is telling her, I need love. I need someone. I don't want to be alone anymore. I want to be back in a marriage. I want to redeem myself. I want to make up for everything that went wrong in my first marriage. I want my second marriage to be so much better. That's what her heart is telling her. That is what she's longing for. But her head should be telling her, that's good, girl, but he ain't the one. So telling Nicole, go with your heart, is a bad idea. It's actually a very, very bad advice. She needs to go with her head. She's listening actually too much to her heart. That's why she's saying, I'm all in love with him. Girl, your heart is in love. Your heart is in love with the idea of love. Your heart is in love with the idea of marriage. But your head is telling you he ain't the one. And the reason why I know her head is telling her he ain't the one is because after he said, I think I love you, that head kicked in and said, see, girl, I told you. But you know what? She wasn't listening. She wasn't so listening. And the whole time when Benaiah was in there, trying to convince Nicole to be with him, here you got Sam over here, plotting Sam, pacing back and forth. So pressed. He was so pressed, like he's about to lose $1 million. I don't know what he's on this show for. Fame. That's what Benaiah said. But he got a whole lot of issues, y'all. He has a whole lot of issues going on. Nicole Tamar, she's so perplexed. She's so confused because she's confused because her heart and her head aren't in alignment. Her heart and her head aren't in alignment. Because when you have all these doubts about him, he's saying everything you want him to say. You said it from the very beginning. Then you have Jasmine telling you the same thing. Now you have Benaiah telling you the same thing. So her own head told her episodes ago that Sam was just saying things that he thought she wanted to hear. Jasmine told her the same thing. Nobody else on this show even wants Sam. Okay, but Nia tells her the same thing. So when she's perplexed and she's confused, what's the confusion, girl? What is the confusion? To me, it seems unanimous decision that Sam ain't the one. What's confusing is your heart doesn't want to leave here empty-handed. Your heart wants to leave here with someone to say that you were chosen. And in the end, it's just going to look worse. That's why I keep saying sometimes we talk about these cycles we're in and how we've been hurt by men and all this other kind of, but some of this is of our own doing. We got choices, ladies. We've got choices. We don't have to keep making these bad choices and then blaming it on the men. Yeah, Sam is a horrible person. He's playing games, but we got free will out here. We need to start, and she's a smart girl. She's probably a very smart lady, but she ain't using her head right now. She is not using her head at all. And you know what? She could talk to any woman in that room, women's lounge, and they would all tell her the same thing. But I tell you what she's not doing. She's not talking to any of them because she doesn't want to hear what they have to say. She wants to tune them out, just like she's tuning out Jasmine, just like she's tuning out Benaiah. She wants to tune everyone out. And then on the flip side, in the men's lounge, don't nobody like Sam. No one likes him. No one likes him at all. Did you see that when he came back and said he was engaged? You see how all the men were like, yeah, congratulations, man. It was very, very lukewarm. Very, very lukewarm. Nobody likes him. But then when Benaiah came back in and basically said it's a no, he got rejected. Everybody surrounded Benaiah. Everyone gave him a hug. Everyone was consoling him, saying, oh, man, the best man lost out. And let me tell you something. When men see women make bad decisions like this in men, it's a turnoff. I'm gonna tell you, because what men think is, wow, you're that gullible. You're that gullible to fall for a guy like that. It becomes a turnoff to a lot of people. That's why I tell women, be careful about the breakup stories you tell to your next man. Okay, because sometimes if your breakup stories make you look real silly, making dumb choices, men will shy away from you because they look at you as a woman who makes dumb choices. Okay, because I'm telling you, I look at Nicole and it's not admirable. It doesn't make me look at her in a better light. It doesn't make me think of her in a like, oh, she's choosy. She's more discriminating. No, it looks like she's willing to do whatever. So a guy will look at that and say, wow, well, what happens when I'm not around? Men's minds be thinking about this kind of stuff. What happens when I'm not around? You can't tell the difference between a snake and an angel. You can't see the snake in Sam. So what if I'm not there with you? You always gonna get taken by the snake, man? Are you that gullible? You gonna get taken advantage like that? I'm telling you. Nicole looks bad. She looks real bad. She looks bad. But like I said, on that last little part, when she heard him say that, I think I love you too. Let's do this cool, like it's a business arrangement. Her mind started thinking, finally catching up. And let me tell you, she had the look of regret on her face. The look of regret. Look of regret. Jasmine tried to tell her. She wasn't listening to Jasmine. She didn't want to hear nothing that Jasmine said. Not one thing at all. But I'll tell you about Jasmine, she and Bobby. Now, when they had their reveal, y'all, I was like, I hope, they were both saying they hope each other finds them attractive. I think Jasmine sees herself as top tier. I don't think Jasmine was worried about that too much. In fact, I'm going to tell you, during this reveal, I really like to watch the embrace, the kiss. But what I noticed when Jasmine came out, she turned her head. Did y'all notice that? Did y'all notice that when she first revealed and they came out, she didn't even give Bobby a kiss right away? I noticed that. And I said to myself, here you are in these pods. First of all, you were brave enough to come on the show. Brave enough to come on the show of Love is Blind. So first of all, you're showing bravery. Okay, got it. You come on the show, brave. Then you were brave enough to fall in love, supposedly, with a stranger you never seen. Got it. Then you were brave enough to say yes. You were brave enough to say yes to a man who proposed to you, even though you had never seen him. But yet, when you come out of the pods and you have the first initial reveal, you're not brave enough to kiss him. What? If you're in love with someone, as you say you are, why wouldn't you be brave enough to kiss them? That, to me, I'm telling you right now, was a really, really big sign for me. I know what Jasmine did thereafter. She eventually did kiss him. But that first initial interaction with them, I'm telling you, it put me on guard. And let me tell you another part that put me on guard with Jasmine and Bobby was when, after he got down on one knee and he started proposing, Jasmine actually didn't initially say yes. She dropped to her knees to the level at where he was, and she embraced him. She actually interrupted him putting the ring on her finger. It was him who finally had to say to her, "Is that a yes? And let me put the ring on your finger." Now, she says it was because she was so nervous and she's all confused and everything. But I don't know, because Jasmine strikes me as a poised, calm, collected woman. I'm worried about Jasmine. I'm worried about what she's saying versus how she's really feeling on the inside about Bobby. I think Bobby's good looking. I do. I think he's sweet. I don't know about this whole being on a cruise ship for 6 months and being away. I don't know all about that. But part of me wonders if Jasmine was too taken aback by Bobby's good looks. I'm going to say this. Because I think it happened over there with Christine and Fine Freddie too. We're going to talk about that. Sometimes we have people who really want to have good looking people too. But sometimes if women also want to be the best looking one in the couple. And there's something about Jasmine that I wonder if, I think Bobby was good looking. Is he her type? I don't know. Or is he not her type? That maybe she's saying he's good looking. Because she kept saying, "Oh, he's so hot, he's so cute." So is it that he was too hot for her and now she doesn't feel like she's going to be top dog? Or is it that she's lying and he's not cute? I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, the fact that she didn't kiss him right away, the fact that when he proposed, she sort of thwarted putting the ring on her finger. And you know what? Maybe I'm reaching, maybe I am. But something, my gut tells me, what is Jasmine really, really thinking? Because I know Jasmine is more of a thinker. She's a mental health nurse, so I think she's a little bit more of a thinker. I don't know what else went on in the past that she heard about Bobby that made her maybe hold back a little bit. Who knows what kind of conversations they've been having. We haven't seen everything. Maybe they're saving some of these deep conversations for later. Because as you know, we haven't seen we've seen some deep conversations, but I'm sure there's a whole lot more to talk about. But she said he felt like home. She said he felt like home. But was home what she wanted to? Was that a good thing? Some people say people feel like home, but they're trying to run away from home. So I'm going to put a pin in Jasmine and Bobby. I'm happy that they're both saying they're happy. But something feels off to me about Jasmine and Bobby. And I don't quite know what it is. I don't quite know what it is. And talk about stuff going wrong, not quite right. We definitely got to talk about the not quite right with Demi and Ollie. Poor Demi. Demi, doing too much Demi. Ollie is not going to like Demi. I don't know how many ways I could say this, up, down, left, right. He's not going to like Demi. And the only reason he's continuing on with Demi is because he don't have a choice. Nobody else was interested in him. And he's superficial. He is. And he's materialistic. He is. And he likes to hang out in the bars and the clubs. He is. And he's used to women chasing him all the time. He is. And that's the part that he likes about Demi, that Demi chases him. Demi hunts him like he's the woman and she's the man. And it was sad to see the part, I felt for her when she was telling her story about endometriosis. But here's the part I'm going to have a problem with Demi. I understand, Demi, that it's a sensitive subject to bring that up about the endometriosis because you don't know if it's going to make someone reject you. I get it. But in this situation that you're in this accelerated process, it should have been brought up sooner. It really should have. I'm starting to feel like it's the same old thing from Mavs last season when one of the girls had endometriosis and she married a man saying she may not want kids or she can't have kids. Well, having children is a big deal in marriage. And I understand that telling someone, revealing that I have this issue, endometriosis, and it could affect my fertility is hard to explain. But you're really setting yourself up for even more. You think you're saving yourself from hurt by not telling it up front. But in a lot of ways, you really aren't saving yourself because you're just delaying the hurt. Because if the person's going to leave you over endometriosis, he's going to leave you no matter what. So all you did was you fell more in love. And now when he does leave you over it, you're just more hurt. It's better to say it up front, Demi. And this is what I was saying before, that Demi is not truthful. I said it before when she was interacting with Christine that she was not truthful. She wasn't truthful with Christine. She wasn't telling Christine the truth. Demi hides things. She hides things because she wants to win. That's what she does. She keeps acting as if she's the victim and I'm always thinking about everyone else. But Demi's not thinking about everyone else. Demi's thinking about herself. She's actually trying to protect herself. Demi is coming off as if she's this person who thinks about everyone else's feelings. But now I need to think about my own feelings. Well, if you were really thinking about people's feelings, you would have told this man, which I don't even like him in the first place, Demi, so I don't care. But if you were really thinking about him, you would have revealed this information about yourself early on so that he would have had the decision whether or not he wanted to continue the relationship with you. But you weren't thinking about yourself. You were thinking about you. You were trying to save yourself, which I get it, Demi. I get you trying to save yourself. I understand it. I understand the fear of rejection, but don't try to package it in a whole different box and a whole different bow and tell me that it's all about helping someone else. No, it's about helping yourself because like I said about Demi wants to win. She's competitive. And she wanted to win Ollie. So she was willing to lie to Catherine about her feelings for Ollie. She was willing to chase Ollie with balloons and cakes and, handmade cards. She was willing to lie to Ollie. She was willing to do a lot of things to get Ollie. But then she wants to say she's the person who walks around out here always thinking about somebody else. No, Demi, no. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. And all this is going to do is set her up for a harder fall because Ollie was going to reject Demi anyway, endometriosis or not. He was going to reject her. He don't want her. He does not want her. And I know she keeps saying that she was afraid to reveal this because she feels she's not enough. But I believe it is, she just has fear of rejection like most people do. Anyone would struggle revealing this to someone. So I don't slight her or say anything that it's hard to tell someone this so early on. And like she said, it has broken up a lot of relationships. It has broken up a lot of relationships. She already knows that it has been the downfall of relationships. So she kept the information to herself until when he fell in love with her. That's what he's doing. Oh, I'm going to wait until he falls in love with me. And once he falls in love with me, then I'll tell him. And then I'll tell him and he'll love me so much he won't leave me. Girl, men leave women when them women have had their whole child. So I don't know why she believes him falling in love with her would necessarily mean that he would possibly give up the ability to have children, which it doesn't mean she can't have any. She just said it could be difficult and there could be other ways in which she could have a children. I mean, maybe she'd have to go over there and talk to who else was there? Sabrina talking about surrogacy and or adoption. Who knows? But Demi, I'm not buying it. Sorry, girl. I'm not in the camp of woe is me, Demi, because once again, like my thumbnail said, bad choices, and regrets. And she gonna be in that category. It just hasn't played out yet. Pretty soon, we're gonna have a picture on my thumbnail of Demi, probably next week on episode 4 of Demi. And I might as well put the same headline, bad choices and regrets, because she's gonna regret it. Because this man is not interested in her. She even said to this man, I want to develop a deeper connection with you, but we haven't, because Ali don't talk about nothing deep. Nothing. When have we heard Ali talk about anything besides what bar do you go to, what gym do you work out in? We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it at all. He's shallow. He is real shallow. Talk about another choice that probably isn't so great. It's the choice that Tom is making with Maria versus Natasha. Independent, somewhat selfish Natasha. I'm not going to call her all the way. Well, the reason why Tom is picking Maria over Natasha is because Natasha is more like Tom. They're actually more alike. You see, Natasha's Miss Independent. Get your own popcorn. Get your own red vines at the movie. Get your own soda. Don't be in my tub of popcorn. And what Tom said, me too. I said, oh, so you just like Natasha. But that's probably why he doesn't too much feel a sexual attraction to Natasha, as he's saying, because it's almost like it's a homie. He's giving male energy. And thing about Tom is not a giving person either. And but Maria is giving Tom what he wants, because Natasha is withholding, Tom is withholding, but Maria is pouring in to Tom. And that's why Tom felt good, because even though Tom doesn't want to give, like he said, he has a hard time bonding with women. He has a hard time giving, but he's willing to receive. He doesn't want to give, but he's willing to receive. So here you have a man who doesn't want to give, but he's ready to receive. So he can't be with a Natasha, because Natasha ain't giving either. You got two people who don't want to give. And what Tom says is, yeah, I don't want to give either, but I want to receive. And so when Maria sat up there and said, yeah, I'm all for a traditional family, traditional roles of a woman, because she comes from a Muslim family, Moroccan family, she's ready to receive as a wife from this man. Tom said, oh, no, that's not my jam. I know it ain't. He said, no, that's not my jam. I know it's not, Tom. That is not your jam, to be taking care of no woman. He says, oh, no, that's not the idea I have in life of no stay-at-home wife. I want a woman that's going to work. So then quickly what Maria did was she adjusted what her real hope was for and said, well, it's not that I wouldn't go to work, but for the first 1 or 2 years, I would want to stay home with my children. No, don't backtrack, Maria. Don't backtrack. Don't overlook it if that's what you really want. That's what you really want. You really want it to be probably a stay-at-home wife, or at least have the option of it. You know, maybe you do stay home for a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 until they're in school. I don't know. But what you've just done is you've already negotiated down. The minute he said he didn't want it, because Tom don't want to give a damn thing, not a thing, you backtrack and said, well, a year or 2. Girl, they're not going to work. They're not going to work. Maria, like I said before, she wants a traditional family where she receives. She can be a stay-at-home. She can have a man that provides for her, and a comedian that's going to make her laugh. I'm not all the way off of Maria either, because I really do believe her idea of marriage is unrealistic too. But surrounding this issue, I don't think she should have backed off what she wanted, and she retreated. She retreated because Tom is not a giver. Tom is not a giver. He wants independence, just like Natasha wants. This is why he wasn't attracted to Natasha, because Natasha was giving him the same energy he gives off. But he don't want that same energy. That's why I always tell people, Be careful about people who run around talking about they like independent women, because a lot of people who like independent women are also men who don't want to give anything. That's why they want you independent. But then yet they'll tell you and your masculine energy. Like Natasha, talking about she don't want to share no popcorn. First of all, Natasha, what if he bought the damn popcorn? What if he bought the popcorn? So Natasha, even with the whole popcorn story, yeah, I'm still on it. I'm on this doggone popcorn story because it's symbolic of so many things. Natasha is assuming she bought her own popcorn. What if he bought you the popcorn? You still not going to share it? You're going to have him buy you popcorn and then tell him to buy another one for himself? So he buys you the popcorn. You not willing to share the popcorn he bought for you with him? He still got to buy his own popcorn? No, because what Natasha is talking about is, I bought my own popcorn. You buy your own popcorn. Independence. And Tom ain't with that, because Tom wants you to be independent. He doesn't want to have to give to you, but he sure wants to receive from you. I guarantee you, Natasha, if you go to the movies with Tom, he gonna want some of your popcorn. He's gonna want some of your popcorn. He may not want you in his, but he's gonna want some of yours. This is not going anywhere. This is not going anywhere between Tom and Maria. He's gonna propose to her. And although he says he's physically compatible to Maria, more so he feels that they're not going to be compatible in their everyday life. Their morals aren't the same. Their values aren't the same. What they want in life, the way they envision family, their life, none of it's lining up. None of it. None of it is lining up whatsoever. You know, Tom didn't even give consideration that Natasha came from a Muslim family. Why wouldn't you, Tom? Because all Tom is feeling is all this stuff Natasha says she's going to give to him. She's the one that opens up first. She's the one that tells him how wonderful she's feeling. You know, even when Tom enters the room, he says, "Oh, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about me?" He wants her to go first. He wants Maria to be more vulnerable first, to open up. And then once she opens up, then he's willing to follow. He's not willing to lead. He's not willing to risk anything. He's not willing to give anything. He's willing to maybe reciprocate what you do. Maybe. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere at all. But I guess our last happy moment would have been when Fine Freddie and Christine met. Fine Freddie and Christine met, y'all. Shoot, Christine was speechless. That girl was speechless when she saw Fine Freddie. She was speechless. She was like, oh my gosh, he is so good looking. And it might have made Christine a little nervous. Because I think Christine is used to maybe being the one where all the guys are all around her and chasing her, and she's a big flirt. But now she realizes, shoot, when I step out with this man, ain't nobody going to be looking at me. Everybody going to look at him. Everyone going to be looking at him. Freddie really does seem like he has a really good spirit. I really like Freddie. Freddie seems like he has a really good spirit. And Christine, on the other hand, I don't know what she's going to turn out to be. I don't know what Christine is going to turn out to be. But before they had, during the proposal, they both were talking about how they feel safe with each other. They feel like family. They told each other that they were in love. And, Christine got the ugly cry. Christine got that ugly cry. She cried a lot. She cried hard. She got the ugly cry. But I don't think that it was fake, though. I think it was real. I didn't get any idea from Christine that she was faking it. And I think she's being truthful when, before they met, she was saying she feels like, she hit the jackpot. She hit the jackpot with Freddie. Almost like, is it too good to be true? Is Freddie too good to be true? Is he really too good to be true? Because I think that's what Christine was thinking when she met him. That this fine man, and he's as sweet and he's as kind, is he too good to be true? Let me tell you, even the men were male crushing on Freddie. Tom and Jake, they were man crushing on Freddie. They were like, oh, look at him. He's so good looking. Look at that lucky boy. You fine when even the men say you fine, not just the women. But Freddie was saying all the right stuff. He was like, there's nobody else on my mind but you. You the only one I want. Freddie was not going in between any 2 or 3 different women. He locked in on one woman. He wrote her a beautiful love letter. Christine is bursting into tears, and she's like, this before she even saw him. This is too good to be true. And then when she saw him, Christine, who loves to talk, loves to flirt, was silent. She was in shock. She was in shock. She really did the ugly cry then. She said, and then I was like, well, does he like her? Because I didn't hear him say, oh, you're beautiful, you're stunning. I didn't hear him say any of those things. And finally, he just said, yeah, I'm really ecstatic about this. And then later on, he said, that he thought that she was stunning and she was beautiful and stuff. So I hope so. I hope they work out, y'all. I really do, because I feel like Freddie has a really good, warm heart. I think that Christine has a lot of wounds. I do. And I know those wounds are going to appear in some type of way with Christine. They're going to appear. And I wonder what they are. And I wonder, hopefully they want, because she alluded to them. She actually told us about her wounds stemming from being adopted. And she said it was been tough for some men. So I'm kind of wondering where that's going to come into play. I don't know if there's going to be insecurity with her, because if it is any insecurity with her, then she may feel intimidated by being with such a good looking man like Freddie, because Freddie's going to get a lot of attention from a lot of women, and the woman's going to have to be very secure. So I hope Christine is very secure. Part of me, when Christine was really interested in Ollie, to be honest with you, a part of me thought she was interested in Ollie because she believed she had a leg up on Ollie. You see, sometimes women will get with men who they believe those men will worship them so they could feel more powerful in their relationship. And part of me thinks that Christine may suffer from a bit of, abandonment issues or whatever from being adopted, not fitting in. And so her flirtiness with men is to draw the men in so that they will come for her and chase her. But it also gives her a certain level of power over the men, because in actuality, flirting is drawing men in. You're the one actually turning it on and off. So you start to recognize your power. Flirting is very powerful because you actually start to know how I can influence a man. They say that a woman learns how to flirt and manipulate first with her father. It's the first man you learn to manipulate and flirt with and draw in. And you start to realize, wow, I know how to influence a man's decision. And then as you get older, you perfect that in your womanhood, so you know how to lure men in. It could have a feeling of power when you're a very good flirter, when you've got it down. And something tells me that Christine is a good flirter. But now that she's met Freddie, who is good looking in his own right, I think Christine may think, wow, I may not be the powerful in the relationship, because Freddie is actually going to have another level of power in the relationship, and that's going to be his good looks. That's power. His good looks are going to be power out in the world, and I think Christine recognized that. And I wonder if when she sees Ollie, if Ollie will make her more secure. Because Ollie is not as good looking as fine Freddie. And I'm going to say it again. If Ollie puts her on a pedestal above Demi, Christine may then like Ollie, because Ollie makes her feel powerful. I don't know. We'll see how it's going to work out. I don't know if we're going to, I just hope it works out. I want to see one couple win, and I guess it will be Freddie and Christine that has a possibility. Demi and Ollie have no possibility of winning outside these pods. Jasmine and Bobby, I don't know. Natasha and Tom, they're not going to make Maria and Tom, they're not going to make it. Sam and Nicole, they're absolutely not going to make it. This is ridiculous. So we shall see. That's it, y'all. I'll see you for episode 4. I'll probably do episode 4 tomorrow. So come on back. Talk to you later. Bye.